Hi, it's Alex Counts again. So hopefully you've seen my prior video about how to have a successful first meeting with a major donor prospect. And I'm going to talk in this video about cultivation, which is the step that's an intermediate step that'll get you to solicitation and then stewardship. So what do you do during this cultivation stage? First of all, after you've come out of that meeting, hopefully you've spent most of your time listening and not presenting. You have all sorts of information about how this person or family or company likes to engage with nonprofits. That's extremely valuable information. Most nonprofit leaders don't walk out of first meetings with that. They've spent the time presenting information, which I think is not the best use of that time. First thing is I write up my notes. I both write down what they say, but also how they said it. I might make mention of things they have pictures and art in their home if I met them in their home. Anything that can give us an indication of their preferences, their priorities, their style. I write that up and I share it with my colleagues and maybe with a few volunteers. You want to be careful with information that's very sensitive and private, but still you want to share the information that'll help the whole team think about how to create just a terrific experience for this donor and volunteer with your organization, if you feel that there is a potential really good fit. So by sharing the notes, you invite others to put their ideas forward. So you might convene a meeting with those people and just brainstorm. Brainstorm a lot of ideas. You might only choose 2 or 3, but generate 20 or 30 how to cultivate this person. And the big ideas about how you cultivate. Number 1 is you want to give the donor the sense that you're never going to take them for granted. You're not just trying to extract money and then kind of leave them in the lurch on the outskirts of your organization. You're creating a partnership with them, and the more they invest in it, the more you'll invest in it. Second of all, as much as possible, you're going to curate an experience for them that matches their preferences and their priorities. And it won't be perfect because you can't do anything in your organization. You have to stick true to your values and your strategy. You might arrange a lunch meeting for them with one of your board members who they respect or you think that they would have good chemistry with. Or short of that, you might just get a board member to write them a letter or an email. You might ask a donor to give you some advice on something that they have expertise in and they might help you think through a difficult issue. Asking for advice does not weaken you in their eyes, but rather it shows that you're curious, you're humble, you're always looking for better ideas. You value their intellect, not just their wallet and the size of their bank account. Asking advice from people is one of the most underutilized things as a leader, both with colleagues and with donors. You might call them on their birthday, wish them a happy birthday. You might share a document, an op-ed that you're writing or blog to ask for their input. If you understand that they have a hobby that you share, send them some information about it. So the list can go on and on about just ways that you're signaling to them that you want to build a partnership, you value them as a unique person and individual and philanthropist, and that you'll never take them for granted. And think about ways that you can show them through what you ask them, what you tell them, who you introduce them to, that you really heard what they said in that meeting. You weren't just going through the motions of asking about their philanthropic priorities and preferences, but you were taking notes and you're starting to integrate what they said into how you're crafting the relationship with them. They'll then see that that's the pattern that they hope to build on and that you're going to continue throughout the relationship, which is really important to building their confidence. And so many nonprofits don't really do this work well, that if you do, you'll have a huge advantage. When there's an opportunity to praise them, to recognize them for being the philanthropists they want to be, telling them that you remind them, that they remind you rather, of someone you idealize as a philanthropist who also has those characteristics, let them know that. Some of these things that you might do, for example, asking them to mentor you or a fellow staff member, or serve as a facilitator for a meeting that you're having, if that is a skill they have, it's something they like to do. You might save those for the stewardship period after they've made a meaningful grant. But some of these can really be used during the cultivation period where you're trying to build a relationship and signal how you want to partner with them and how you're different from a lot of nonprofits because you see the potential of them to really alter the trajectory of your organization, and your organization has a chance to alter the trajectory of them as a philanthropist in a way that benefits everyone. So good luck, and we'll return later to the stewardship process, and before that, of course, the solicitation process. Good luck.